So, hello, future VOD people. Welcome to a stream. Okie dokie, you guys. Let's for realsies get started. So, we have been working on a tearaway calendar application of some sort. That's not my emote, but yeah, it's kind of cute. I think it's really cute. I don't know where you got it, but I love cats. I have so many cats on my desk. I'll show you guys. I have like so many little one-piece cats. You can see? I don't know if that's actually gonna like film. I think your song is a bit too loud. Oh, thank you for telling me, because then I can adjust it. Sometimes I get people telling me that like the music is too quiet and they can't hear it. But yeah, if you think it's too loud, I can see if I can adjust it. Probably to here. Let me know how it is. Yeah, I have Luffy and then like just the whole first and second volume of my collection. Okay, now for realsies, we can get started. All right, so we're in Figma and we're gonna continue on with this project that we started, I want to say last Saturday. I wasn't feeling very well on Tuesday, so I didn't end up streaming on schedule, but here we are, we're back. And the whole idea I had for this was I've been seeing on TikTok and on Instagram this really popular like trend, I guess, of like very aesthetic living room apartment kind of TikTokers, and they all have this like tearaway calendar, you know, the kind of ones that you would see like your grandma or grandpa have at their old place. I know my grandparents had this, but yeah, so this is like a Chinese tearaway calendar, and we went through a whole like article and we got to see a bunch of different ways that this can be laid out. So you have the date, and then you have all of these little boxes or like tabs or something. So because of that, I wanted to make like a modern version of it to see what that could potentially look like. All of these different boxes have a different meaning or tell you a different thing, and we did a lot of research on that to see what those different things could be. And there's nothing like super set on them. Depending on the brand or the company that you work on or that you buy from for these like tearaway calendars, it really just depends on what shows up. But we did some research and we found out that some of them are like, this is the zodiac animal date, and then like quotes. These are things that are like lucky for you to do, things that you should avoid doing, lucky numbers, like a menu for the day. It's really interesting. So I thought that would be a lot of fun. Oh, hi, Dribbble. Yeah, we're back with the calendar. So we're just getting started and kind of like doing a review right now because it's been like about a week or so since we most recently did this. So these are all the different things that you can, add to your calendar. And I think that's what we're going to work on today. Other bits of inspiration that I've had about this is I really want to make it very like modern and blocky. I also want to make it very like bright and, you know, just more like higher contrast, I would say. So I've been taking the colors from the latest One Piece opening for the Egghead arc and using some of the colors there because I really like the animation and the new like, I guess, art style that they came up with for Egghead. Last stream, we created this settings page in like a mobile design. So there are different colors that you can choose from. Calendars are very like printed in one color, I guess. So you can choose like green, which is really the default, red, blue, black. You can also invert it, so we can do like a dark mode or a light mode, and then date and time, which you can set automatically, kind of like on your phone or something. Speaking of my phone, I noticed that my battery is getting a lot worse these days. I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max, and like by the end of the day, it's already like kind of in this last like 20% usually on most days. I don't know what kind of phone you guys have, but it's making me feel like I wonder if I should upgrade because I am using it to film a lot more when it comes to content for Instagram or for like my YouTube or like stuff like that. So let me know if you guys are also experiencing the same problem. Also, Dribbble, we're listening to Daughtry today, so yeah. Okay, and then we also have like a time zone, which you can kind of like set as well. And finally, because we didn't have any room down here, I decided to fill it up with a layout. So depending on the brand or the company that you purchased the calendar from, there are different layouts to what this tearaway calendar can look like. So we have a few examples here of things that we've seen previously. They're all a little bit different. So this one is just like, I guess this one is the one that I'm the most used to because I feel like this is the one closest to what I had growing up and living with my grandparents. So that's the one that we selected, but I also created a few more so that the user would feel like there would be different options for them to select. Cool. Okay, we made a few changes here, but yeah, I think things are looking pretty good. And so far, this is where we're at, and this is where we're going to continue from. One thing that I wanted to do was add a little like changes saved kind of toast. So a toast is that little like green bar or red bar, like an info or status or warning that you usually get when you take an action on an app or something. And that's supposed to give the user a bit more information about what they're doing and what are the consequences of what they've done. Really typical toast that you see on a UI is like, this is an error, you're not, a field is still required. It kind of just pops up from the side really slowly, and then it'll fade away after you do a particular action sometimes. Or you want your user to also like have to click on an X and get away from that. So that's what we're creating now. And to be honest, I was kind of looking at this and I'm like, I don't know exactly where I want to put this, but we'll try. So let's do this now. I think it'll be good for me to select a color, and I want something from this image that we're working on from Egghead. So I'm just gonna try and grab some green colors here and see which one I like. So we have a light green, a dark green, like kind of like a more of a sagey kind of faded green. Usually when I choose colors from One Piece or like a palette from there, I like whatever green Zoro usually has for his hair, but I don't think we can see Zoro's head in this screenshot, so we can't really go through that. Now we have all these different ones, and I honestly think it might be this one that is the right green that I'm looking for. So let's actually do this simply. Aw, thank you. I feel like I'm just in a daughtry dad rock kind of mood lately, and you'll be lurking playing games. Let me know what games you're playing. I feel like I always gravitate back to the same games. I'm always just playing like Overwatch and stuff. Oh, you know what? If my headphones like die out or something, it's because I didn't charge it after playing Overwatch, so there's that too. I'm gonna use auto layout in this case because then I'll just have a background, and let's add a fill here. And then we'll also grab a white color. I think we have a white color from this background too. There we go. So with this little auto layout thing that I created, it's going to make it a lot easier for me to work with the different margins that we have. So let's make this a little wider and make this a little like shorter. Maybe like this. So the ad that we're using is quite thick. Actually, it's odd because we don't have any rounded corners for this. I might have to adjust this one just so we're a little bit more consistent with our design. So in color, you see how everything has a border radius of 0? That means we have like a very sharp corner. Usually you want sharper corners when you are designing something a bit more like serious or high risk for users. Think things like banking apps, government, serious stuff, right? But then when you have something that's more rounded corner, that gives off a more friendly kind of image. And we see this because it's kind of like in nature too. Like, you know, the soft roundy things in nature, like the chubby babies, the chubby cute little puppies and cats and whatever, like they're round and they feel more friendly in a way. So that's like part of the reason why we like humans feel that way to begin with. So I just rounded out the corners really small at a 2 Usually whenever I do any of this UI design work, I like having multiples of 8 or like following the 8-point grid. So because 8 is going to be way too thick, I just stuck with 2. It'll still give the same effect. It's just like not as rounded as 8 would be. So let's just replace that image. And let's see what we can do here. So I think the font might be wrong because we need Gotham, that's right. So we'll do Gotham medium, looks okay, but I think I want to increase the tracking between the letters. Tracking, this little option that you have here, I hope you guys can see that. Unless you see another, I know what to do after. After this project, I'm going to design a new Twitch overlay for myself so that I have like a better control about showing you guys what I need to show you when I'm working in Figma, and then also being able to retrack clearly, because it's really bothering me how like haphazard this all looks. So we're gonna fix that next project. Just playing Smash Bros with friends. Oh, that's so cute. Whenever I play Smash Bros, I'm really terrible at it, by the way. I'm terrible at fighting games, but whenever I play Smash Bros, I love playing Kirby the most. Kirby's my main, I would say, on Smash Bros. But like, I wish I was better at other characters. Like, I thought the yoga instructor was so funny. The Wii yoga instructor. I thought they were so funny. And then, of course, I wish I was good with the Fire Emblem characters. But again, I'm not very good at that kind of game. So, but have fun. I hope you absolutely destroy your friend in like the nicest, friendliest way possible, of course. Okay, you guys, so now that we have this, oh wait, how do I do that? There we go. So I need to decide where I want to put this. I feel like this is too thick, I want to say, actually. I think Gotham is a very like wide font, so I want to kind of change this up to maybe a lower. Or actually, I don't even know if I want to keep this anymore because it just looks so weird. Like our whole screen is like full on this one, on the mobile. So I'm like, do we actually need this here? Or am I just trying to fit it in so that we have more stuff going on, like more of these layers? All right, for a tearaway calendar, as the name kind of implies, every day you rip away the page that you're on so that it shows like the next day. And you start off with like a really thick stack of pretty thin paper, kind of like tissue paper material, and then like throughout as the year progresses it gets thinner and thinner. So this is also why we have like this kind of design going on here, to show like there's multiple pages that this can be. Okay, we'll put this away for now and I'll see if I want to keep it. But I think the big thing we need to do is figure out how we're going to create the main page. So this like giant screen that we're working on is going to be the calendar itself. So this is what we're gonna make. And I think we should probably just get started with it. So I took an iPad or a tablet in order to make this. So I'm just gonna do the same thing here, which I already done. Oh yeah, okay. Now let's grab this so I remember what it looks like and just take this as a reference. I wonder if it's because I started off as like a Photoshop kid back in the day, but I'm just like so scared of deleting things. I duplicate everything just in case. So yeah. Oh, also, if you're new in here, can you tell me how the music sounds or how the camera angle is? I don't know if it matters so much, the camera angle, but yeah, if you have any opinions, I will hear them. Okay, let's also duplicate this one that we did last time just so I can take some of the elements again. Mostly this little taskbar or like the standby bar. That's so weird. Let's so hard to move together. Okay, here we go. Believe this was 16. We'll group it together. Make it 8 and drag it up. So again, sticking with the 8-point grid, I think I'm gonna move this to 40. I think that'll just look a little better. And then we'll also start like mimicking this kind of look, because that's the layout that we ended up choosing for in our settings. So how would we do this? I think we need a little like settings button here, or a settings icon, because that's what I assume the user would click on in order for them to get to the actual settings page. So let me just grab one really quick. Okie dokie. Here's my settings, and it's just a PNG I'm grabbing off of Google Images. I'm gonna take a rectangle and draw a rectangle. I'm taking the R key, creating a rectangle and drawing it over the shape, then selecting both of them by clicking and dragging over them. And let's intersect, or was it, which one was it? Union? Actually, it doesn't help that this gray is the same color as the background because I can't see it. Oh, was it mask instead? There we go. Okay, so now that I've created a mask, I can just select this and then change the color. It just makes it a lot easier for me working forward. Select this kind of black color that we created earlier on in our last stream and drag it in here. Then in order for you to make sure everything scales appropriately to size, you just hold down Shift as you drag. And then just by doing that, it still keeps the perspective, because if you don't hold Shift, you're gonna like start getting it to look really wonky and it's just not gonna work. So make sure to hold down Shift when you do this. Now, let's put it in the top right hand corner. That's where I'm expecting it to be. And we're gonna start off with 32. I think it's gonna be a pretty good size for our icons, just until we see how the rest of it looks. So we are working with a bigger surface area because we are technically working on a 12.9-inch iPad, which personally I don't even own. I own an 11-inch iPad Air. I think the only time I had actually no, even when I was working as a designer for like an older company, I was provided an iPad and the Magic Keyboard and also an Apple Pencil for me to do any sketching and design work on. But it was just like, I think I got an 11-inch iPad as well, so I ended up like never really getting a chance to work off of a 12.9-inch iPad. However, I feel like if I were ever to want to get a new iPad, I'd actually want the mini, because then I can just treat it as like my little Kindle and read like manga or read like books or anything like that on it instead. Okay, now that we have our icon, we need to kind of mimic this look. So let me actually drag this in here so I can bring it a little closer to where I need to work on. It's going to be right here. Thinking, how is this going to look? So with the whole concept of creating a tearaway calendar, I'm not trying to absolutely like recreate this whole thing like pixel perfect, kind of like I did for our last project where I was creating the Trunks' time machine from Dragon Ball Z. All this is a vector, by the way. I did that, yep. But in this case, I'm just trying to like get inspiration from this and then put like a more modern, colorful, high contrast spin onto it. So I don't exactly want the same thing. I'm just not really sure what it's going to look like. Maybe first I'll take the text and then see where we go from here. So we are working with two different text font styles, in this design at this point. One is more of like a fancier text used for headings and kind of just like really trying to focus and get like our users' attention. And this is a font called Coiny. Then our actual like smaller text, more detail kind of things that we have for settings, that's all Gotham. So I think I'm gonna use our Coiny font here, and I'm gonna do 2024. And oh boy, how am I gonna do Chinese characters? So I know this says like the first month, like which is January, and this is big. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do that, but it's May now. Oh, it's May the 4th. I think that's a Star Wars thing, right? Happy May 4th, everyone. Okay. We'll do this here, this here. And I feel like I do kind of need some type of box or something. So why don't we take this, grab it. Oh wait, no, not this one. I think I need this. No, where is it? This is an image as well. Okay, never mind. Just draw my own. And then we'll add a stroke, probably the same color as this one. Changing up the color so they're all matching, sort of. And then we'll increase the stroke so it's just a little bigger. Nabcat, why are you? Oh, hi! Nabcat, it's been so long! How are you? Actually, I don't think we need the fill because we need to actually see the text. Do we? No. I can just put it in the back because then it just makes it easier for me to drag. There we go. Okay, and then now what do we do about this in the middle? Do I want to completely recreate it? Okay, and we'll also turn this into a white color and increase the width to probably 8. Probably like this, right? This is kind of what we have. I wonder if we want to make it like that kind of fancier look on the side. Oh yeah, another thing that I wanted to do was take some inspiration from Fruits Basket, which is an anime or a manga that I really enjoyed that also has part of the plot dealing with the zodiac animals. So I kind of want to incorporate this somehow into the design as well. Oh yeah, when I was thinking about this, like just off like while we weren't streaming or anything, I was thinking like it would be great to like be able to put the zodiac animal of this year into the design somehow, and I can draw it into a vector. And then I realized, like, isn't it the year of the dragon this year? I'm pretty sure it is. And it's like, why did I have to do this in like the hardest animal to draw? Let me just confirm it. I'm pretty sure it's dragon. Yeah, it is dragon, which is great. So like, yeah, it's cute here, right? I'm pretty sure this is a dragon because there's like the little whiskers of it. But it's like, why couldn't I have gotten like a snake or something, you know, something easier to draw, or even like the rat? Well, that's okay. We did make a time machine last time, so I think we'll be okay when it comes to dragon. Probably a good thing that we ended up doing this IKEA Dragon Ball Z project to begin with in our previous design. Gives me a little bit of practice, I guess. Did you take a nap today, Napcat? Did you have a good... Oh, I'm starting a little earlier. Hopefully it's not as late for you as it usually is, huh? Okay. I'm a little like about the structure, I guess, of this because I don't know how big everything needs to be. You know what would help me when it comes to setting up the ratio? Actually putting in the date. So we'll do May 4th. I'll make it this like as big as we feel like we need to. Oh, you didn't take a nap. That's okay. I wonder what would happen if I just took this, expanded it, and then see like how big everything is. Okay, this is gonna be pretty big. I think we're okay. Oh, you didn't nap. Wait, didn't I just read that? Ugh. I've had like a couple busy days this week, so just kind of like doing other stuff, not really doing design work, but I took a couple days off this week in order to make food for my husband, basically. So yesterday was his birthday, and I wanted to surprise him by making like a really good meal of all of his favorite foods. And his favorite food happens to be Korean barbecue. So one thing that I made him was bulgogi. And then I also made like this spicy samgyeopsal. So all that took like some ingredients that we had to marinate overnight in the fridge. I also made like a spicy dipping sauce called samjang, which is doenjang, which is like a salty bean, along with gochujang, which is like a spicy sauce, and like some other like garlic, onions, and like sesame oil and things like that. When it's someone's birthday, traditionally in Korea, you have like this seaweed soup. So I made that as well. And then like something for like a bit more modern and also to like kind of get our veggies in, I guess, I ended up making a like corn with like mozzarella cheese on top. So that was really good. I made it before and he really liked it. So made all that for dinner. And then also added some like other veggies like mushrooms, some other kimchis and things like that. And for like the cake, I baked him a really cute like little heart cake. And his favorite flavor is lemon. So I made a lemon heart cake and created my own cream cheese frosting and then like frosted the cake and did all that. And I think I was just really tired after like doing all the cooking and stuff. But I was really happy with how the food came out. And then we got to do like all this Korean barbecue stuff at home, and we were watching The Amazing Race and there's some other like shows on TV, and he seemed to really like it, and he seemed to was really happy. And we have a lot left over because I'm terrible when it comes to portioning for food. I always end up making too much. Like I don't know. I love like those videos on YouTube. I don't know if you guys watch it, but it's like an hour long or something. And it's just people making huge quantities of street food or food for like cafeterias or buffet. I love like seeing how that kind of like production stuff is done. So anyways, I always end up making too much food. So we also had it today for dinner as leftovers, and then we have it tomorrow too as leftovers. So I'm pretty excited to be that he liked it so much. And I also got to try out a lot of like new dishes, and hopefully I can make it again, because honestly it was really easy. I don't know if you guys ever made your own Korean barbecue at home, but it's quite fun. Bulgogi is banger. Is so good, right? So we went to a Korean market, I think a couple days before, in order for me to like pick up some of the ingredients. I went to the Korean market and I couldn't find lettuce for some reason. I thought they would have lettuce in order for us to like make lettuce wraps with the bulgogi, but there wasn't any lettuce like sold there, so we ended up not having it. I think it would have been really great though. But yeah, okay. So I think this is okay. Like we're just kind of setting up the look of everything for now. Is this even centered? I don't want it too close to this, so. And I'll figure this out in a bit. Now, what about my margins? Maybe 48? There we go. Also, this seems a little close. So let's do that. 48 probably? Okay, and then we can move our 4 here. And I'm also gonna take this block again, move it down so I can just like kind of gauge how much room I have for all these little panels. And I think for me, this might not look like enough room, honestly. Let's bump this up a little. We'll probably have to shrink the 4 back down. I think instead of like doing this as like text, I'm just gonna right click and then flatten it so that I can work with it as like a vector. Let's hold down shift again in order to make it a little smaller while keeping all the proportions good. Here we go. Okay, also we selected green, so maybe I should just change it all to green now. I kind of like the screen, right? It's nice and bright. I'm gonna change up the screen. I'm a little concerned about this design because I don't have like a final vision on how the layout is actually going to be on the Dribbble shot. So we will see how it ends up. Do you plan on launching this project someday to Android? I definitely get it. You know what? I was totally thinking about it. So when was the last time I coded an Android app or used Android Studio? I feel like I was in university when I did that. So yeah, anyways, that was a thing. But I'd have thought about making this into like an actual app. But you know how last time I was updating my portfolio and I was using HTML and CSS and totally struggled for like an hour or something? And I'm like, is this just me being cocky? Like, could I really get back into coding? I assume now it's probably been close to like half a decade at least, probably more, since I've actually done real coding, real like programming, like not HTML and CSS, but like actually even creating like a React Native app or anything. I don't know I don't know how rusty I'm gonna be, so I'm a little nervous for it. I would like to. I think it could be fun. I don't know. We'll see. I think that's gonna be really hard for me, but we'll see. It's not a no right now, but it's I guess it just depends on like how I feel about it. But it's definitely been on my mind, like maybe we can turn this into a real app, because in theory this should be simple enough, right? Like it's just a calendar. It's just a calendar app, and not even like a full calendar. It's a day calendar. I don't know. We'll see. The VOD is recording, so you know, we'll figure it out. Okay. What song is this? Anyways, I don't know if you guys ever watched The Masked Singer, but that's kind of like when I got back into my Daughtry phase, because Daughtry was on Masked Singer before, and he did like a lot of really good covers, so that's why we're listening to a lot of Daughtry too. I just think he has a really nice voice. Like some people, when they just like talk, they sound nice, like they have a great talking voice, and I think he's just one of those people. So there's that too. Okie dokie. Yeah, anyways, I really like this green color, so I think we're gonna roll with this for now. I wonder what this would look like if we had like a dark mode. I think this would look nice in dark mode. Hold on, I need to see it for realsies. Like, it looks pretty good, right? Once I figure this out, but like, I think it looks pretty good in dark mode, which is kind of like the invert feature that I had. We'll see. You know, and we already have all the settings. Like, is it that hard to like find a library to help you set date and time? Probably not. Anyways, you're getting ideas in my head. I need to let's finish the design first, and then we'll do this. We're doing a very waterfall style, if you guys like use that term anymore, but yeah, we'll see. Oh, actually, maybe we should just talk about that. I shouldn't assume. So, when it comes to software development, there are different ways in order to complete projects. One of them is waterfall. And when I was in school for computer science, and we learned about how waterfall wasn't the best method, and we should move towards something more agile. When you guys work for like product teams or something, you're most likely going to hear, especially like newer or like more startup-y kind of companies, tech companies, they're going to want to work more agile. Now that I'm a designer, I'm kind of like, maybe I was learning under some kind of bias. I don't know if agile is always the best way to do things. It's like, I guess it's best for developers because then you get more exposure to what you're going to be building faster. But as a designer, I personally don't think agile is that great or that beneficial. But anyways, waterfall is completing a project step by step. Maybe we'll illustrate this. So here's step 1, and we'll say this is where you like plan your project, and then you design it, and then you develop, and then you test, and you ship. So it's very step by step, right? Like you plan, you do everything you need for planning, and you finish the planning, you're done, you move on into design, and you don't look back. It's a waterfall. It only goes down, it only goes one direction. Oh my gosh, speaking of one direction, we're going to talk about the new movie coming up. Next is design. So this is where like UX or product design usually is going to step in. They're going to create all the wireframes, do all the research that they're allowed to do, blah, blah, blah. Make sure they have like a good prototype or a final design in order to hand off and basically throw over to the fence to development. Now design's done, design hands off, they probably moved on to another project. Developers take the design and then they build it. And then after they build it, QA does their testing, quality assurance. After that's done, they ship it. So there is a little bit of overlap. Like if the implemented design has some things go off with it, or there's something we haven't considered, there's a little overlap here. There's a little overlap here if something like breaks during a test or something goes wrong or there's a bug or whatever. A little overlap here. But for the most part, it's going in one direction. It's a waterfall, step by step by step. And the issue with this is that it's not the best way to develop projects because you're not giving yourself a lot of room to pivot or change direction. If you spent a lot of money and resources planning out a project, which it usually does take a lot because you need to think about strategy, like product market fit, like architecture, planning the budget, what kind of resources, like all how it fits in your other ecosystem of products, all of that needs to be handled during the planning session. So by the time all this is done, everyone's kind of like over it, like it better be done this way because we just spent so much time talking about it. And then by the time design gets to it, they might do some testing or some user research and be like, hey, that's not actually what people want. But because so much effort was already placed in this beginning planning phase, often it's just going to get ignored and you're just going to have to push through it with this initial plan as close as possible all the way to the final. So even if you do something wrong or you discover something new, it might not actually make it into your shipped product because we're basically still following the plan and going through this waterfall style. It's not very flexible. There's a lot of like resources that you can risk losing or money that you can end up losing. And because of that, like, I think that's why people weren't so, especially learning software development and computer science in school, that's why we were kind of told to get away from this waterfall type of process. So yeah, okay. Anyways, where are we? So we're gonna do this part here. Okay, I'm really happy with how the fort looks. I think it's just like very bubbly and fun and cute, and it's like a nice like thick font. So I'm pretty happy with it. Now how about we move on into some of the other stuff now. I had the idea here to add like a quote. So I think I want to continue on with that. I just need to figure out like what I'm trying to say in the quote. Probably like a motivational quote for the day or something. Maybe we'll look up like an anime motivational quote. We'll use this one from Luffy. If you don't take risks, you can't create a future. Okay. I wonder if we should do something like this. Obviously, because we read in different directions in the two languages, it makes things a little bit weird. I wonder if I should just do away with that and go for something more standard, just so it's easier to read. Maybe like this. There are also a lot of characters over here. Ooh, I wonder if I can put my name on it. I don't know. Okay, I think now let's focus on how we want to decorate the, like, how do I say it? Like embellish? I guess, like just make the borders look a bit fancier, right? Like, because you can see in these borders, hopefully, if the thing isn't too pixelated, but they're like very interesting looking. I just don't know if it like fits a UI. Make this a bit bigger. Hopefully it just takes up a little bit more room so it looks like we have a bit more content here. And and then I wish I knew what these numbers meant, to be honest. Like I wonder if it's like an item number. I don't know. But I want to create like a fancier border, I think. Baby Hill, first time joining one of your streams, what are you designing? We are modernizing a Chinese tearaway calendar. So these are calendars that usually like grandparents have in their home. And it's a daily calendar and you basically rip away one page every day as the day passes. So these little boxes down here, it really depends on what brand or what company you purchase this calendar from, but they give off a little like fun things if you wanted to follow them throughout the day, kind of like a horoscope of the day or something. Usually these things include like a festival menu, lucky numbers, lucky items, or stuff you can or can't do. So we're designing a way to modernize this kind of like in an iPad tablet format, and we're also having a mobile screen where you can have different settings like choosing the layout or the color of this tearaway calendar. There's a bit of inspiration coming from the Egghead arc in One Piece, that from the anime, with the colors and art style, as well as trying to incorporate some Fruits Basket in here with the zodiac animals. Now I'm just trying to think of like how I want to create these borders around the calendar and like some of the items in here, because usually we don't really do stuff like this in UI to begin with. So here's part of the website that I was taking some of my inspiration for last time we worked on this project together. And this is a website called Bento. One sec. So this is a website called Bento, and it's great for like Instagram or TikTok, where you're allowed to add a link for your bio. And when you click into it, I've seen a lot of designers use this for their portfolio website or just something like that. But basically it's like a link tree, or what else is there? I don't know, like those URL kind of sites. I really like this one because of the Bento design. But you see how everything is like, there's no border around it. It's like, it's margined and arranged in such a good way that you can imagine where the boundaries are for this without it actually having to be there. Another thing that I liked about Bento is, am I signed in? No. Oh, no, I'll just sign into my other one. So this one is for my One Piece content, but basically you can change the layout of all these little tabs and see how like this one, it just kind of like goes with the flow of whatever the other one next to it is doing. I love that interaction. It's so fun, right? So I'm trying to figure out, like, with something like this where we're taking that Bento design inspiration, how do we do this? Like, how do we have these borders that are just so like instrumental to this tearaway calendar, but how do we modernize it so it still gives off that like feeling that the website I just showed you also has? That's amazing, actually. Thank you. It will be once we finish, I hope. That's the plan. The plan is for it to be kind of fun, hopefully amazing when we actually like end up finishing it, but we will see. Oh yeah, also this is like the dark mode version, which I quite like. Isn't this really cool? I think this is really cool. Really intricate borders. Do you think that's something that could be made on Figma? Yeah, I think so. I just want to, like, before I commit to making these borders, I just want to know if like I'm actually into it, if that makes sense. Like, do I like it so that I actually want to spend time on it? And usually in cases like this, like I have to actually see it and do it for myself in order to really see. So I'm probably gonna make them anyways. But normally it would be a little bit like intimidating or scary to make like kind of intricate borders in Figma, but not for people who just made a time machine in a vector, which is us. So yeah, we're gonna do it. Okay. Are we still listening? Okay, my Daughtry Greatest Hits playlist is going to end in about 20 minutes, and then I need another list of songs to listen to. Do you guys listen to, what app do you use to listen to music? I don't have like Spotify, or do people use Apple Music? What if I said LimeWire? Do people still have LimeWire? Anyways, I'm just using YouTube and like the people made playlist for me. So there's that. Yeah, Spotify now, Kat? I don't know. I'm just trying to like get away from subscriptions as much as possible. I feel like everything is a subscription these days, and my form of rebellion is to just cancel as many as possible. So I don't have Netflix. I don't have Spotify. What else is there? I don't know, like Nintendo, right? Yeah, stuff like that. So I don't know. You can use Spotify for free. I feel like I should probably get into that. But YouTube when I'm on my computer. Yeah. I think also like I like YouTube because, well, first I'm on YouTube, so you know, it makes sense. Another reason is just like I like to listen to a lot of like commentary on YouTube. So like I think that's what I like about YouTube, and that's kind of like the purpose of YouTube for me now. It's not about like cool videos and amazing production or anything like that. I always just like to have it in the background as I'm doing other things. So it functions kind of like as background noise to me, no matter what I'm looking at or what I'm reading or whatever. If I'm doing laundry, if I'm doing dishes, if I'm drawing or whatever, like I think that's when I usually like want one of those like 3-hour YouTube videos of just someone talking without like randomly screaming or changing their tone or whatever it is. And that's just like what YouTube is for me now. And I think also because of that, like that's why I'm starting to watch like a lot more Twitch streamers, especially like the ones that are, you know, not like the ones that aren't playing like super like screaming games, like I guess horror games. Anyways, I would be too scared anyway. I love the idea of horror games. I love like the story and the concept and everything, but I'm so chicken, you guys. Like everything scares me. So I can never like let alone play it. Even when I'm watching people play through it on YouTube, I always like scroll down into the comments so I can just like hear what's going on, but I can't actually see the visuals because there's no way I'm gonna like be able to go to bed if I see stuff like that. So yeah, that's how absolutely chicken I am. YouTube Music Free will have ads like Spotify, but makes playlists for you. Oh, that's nice. Okay, maybe I just need to do a little bit more exploration when it comes to listening to music. But yeah, if you guys have any recommendations after our Daughtry greatest hits ends, then yeah. If not, we're probably gonna listen to like performances from The Masked Singer. So, because that's like what I'm listening to. Okay, now how about we get started on those borders? Let's dissect the shape a little. I think if I start on the little ones, because those are just rectangles, right? That should be okay. And we'll take away the inside. I'm gonna try my best to freehand this because I don't know how this is gonna look, but we'll give it a good shot. I'm pretty sure it's something like this. Actually, hold on, wait. I think that's the one thing that I really appreciated about our project for like the vector illustration heavy project that we did last time. It's just like it really forced me to get comfortable with dissecting shapes of things, and I think that's a really good skill to have, especially as a designer. Oh yeah, and then I wanted to say, I feel like this is too far apart. There you go, that looks a lot better, right? So this part looks like this part. I'm so sorry, I should have chosen a better image. Let me see if I can find a bigger image of the tearaway calendar so that I'm not like just zooming into pixels for you guys. Okay, hopefully this is a little better. Okay. This is better, right? So like I'm trying to make this. Wait, is this the same? Yeah, it's the same one. Okay, let's get rid of this one and we'll use the bigger one so you can actually see it. I agree. Small shapes and intricate details still intimidate me as a junior. I have to suck it up and practice one day. They honestly intimidate me too. And I work as a senior, so I totally understand it. And honestly, like as a product designer, it's not really your job to create like icons and vectors and all that stuff anyways. It's just like, if you like design and if you like the visual aspect of design, you might as well try, because like once you get some of these skills down, it's just like you open so many more doors for yourself to design even bigger, better things. Like when you start off as a junior, like just trying to get like a good layout, good spacing, like good color contrast, picking the right font, like that's already so much cognitive load, so much that like so many micro decisions that you have to make when you're creating your design. So after like you kind of do this for a while, get some experience and like get more hours into actually like doing design work, you're gonna start like having even bigger ideas, and you're gonna need like to develop new skills in order to keep up with your inspiration or your creativity, if that makes sense. So like after you do some like UI design work, maybe you feel like, oh, it'd be great if I can do icon design. because I just have this great idea and it just needs this like icon, and then you build up that skill, and your next skill might be creating vector illustrations, because you think that will really level up your design work and make it more personalized, make it more unique, and have you get a better understanding of colors. And then after that, maybe it's like 3D animation, AR, VR, I don't know, like it keeps on building up. But like, I think that's the really exciting part about it. Like, the more that you design, the bigger your ideas get, and the more confidence that you have actually creating those things that you visualize in your head. I remember when I was in computer science, like going into university, and we had like these assignments, right? These coding assignments. And personally for me, like I was never like super amazing at programming. It also wasn't something that I had like picked up when I was 8 years old and had been programming since then or anything. So whenever we had an assignment, it would take me quite a while to finish it because, well, honestly, I wasn't very good and I'm not like very used to it. But also, I wouldn't get frustrated very often because I was just so used to, like, in a way, like not being good at it, that I never had the expectation where I was like, oh, I'm for sure going to be able to write this code out once and have it run on the first try. Like, that was just, that's inconceivable for me. But when something went wrong, I was like, that's okay. You just debug and you sit there and you think, and you'll get to a solution and you'll figure it out. And I think that really like worked in my favor, especially like the more I like worked as a designer and kept getting older and like getting more experience. It just happens, But I remember like I would have friends in computer science who were very honestly like incredibly talented programmers. And, when they didn't get something right on the first try, it would frustrate them. But it's just like, I just couldn't relate, I guess. Are you going to try to make the characters as well? Oh, probably not. Well, actually, I don't know yet. I wouldn't like vectorize the characters myself. I probably just like stick it in Google Translate and try to get some of them, because like I am Chinese, so I can recognize some of these characters. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know how much I'm actually going to use it. It is it is an app in English, so I want to try doing it in as much English as I can. Okay, now where are we? Then we need 2 lines going from this line and this line. Okay, we can do that. I think this is still at the 45-degree angle. So we'll drop a pin here. Then we'll drop a pin here. And let's turn this up to, how thick is this? 8? And let's change the stroke color to match the green. Why is this not straight? There we go. Then let's take the same one, duplicate it, and then we're gonna Control V and then flip it vertically and then drag it down here so we have the same thing. Oh, but one thing we are gonna do, Baby Hill, is take one of these Fruits Basket little characters and then put it into the design. So unfortunately for me, it is the year of the dragon, so I'm gonna have to vectorize a dragon. It couldn't be a snake, couldn't be like a cute little rabbit or a rat, that I could probably vectorize, but no, we have to make a dragon. So we'll get that done too. Debo, do you listen to the strokes a chill vibe? I do not. We can totally try that after. Okay, see, so we have this, and then I'm just going to duplicate it to flip it horizontally, and then we have the other side. Now, I know there's another line in here, but we'll get to that eventually. I'm just going to draw this all the way across. I could have done it more symmetrically, but I'm not going to, because hopefully reasons that don't bite me in the butt after. Now, how else is this done? Okay. I think I did it right. I hope. And then it looks like this line here goes to, okay, wait. Okay, it goes to like the corner of this one. I'm gonna turn on the rulers. So if you want rulers in Figma, just hit Control R and you get these like little grid things at the left hand side and also at the top, and you can just click and then drag down and you start getting these like guidelines, right? So I want one here, I think. Probably here. Now let's get back to drawing it. I'm using the pen tool, by the way, to do this. I think something like here, right in the middle. And then this is at like a really odd angle. It's like, it's so weird. Why is it like this? Did I do something wrong? Because it's like this, right? No, wait, hold on. No. I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, why is this looking like that? Oh, okay, I know why. Okay, we'll put a pin in here, but it's because I did this part wrong. So like, I'm using I just did this arbitrarily. Like I created this joint arbitrarily when it really should have been further. Yeah, should be something like this instead. Anyways, it doesn't have to be perfect. Me spending all this time making my lines and it's like, whatever. It'll work out. Oh, not that. Okay. Does it matter? Do I care? I think I just want to care. I think I just care how they ended up doing this. It was 1, 2. It just looks weird now. It's like this. That's what it looks like to me. Okay. Now let's get rid of this one. And let's take this line, duplicate it, flip it vertically, drag it back up here. We'll do something like that. Now drag in the paint. It's going to look sick though. I hope so. I think it'll look cute, honestly. I think this app is leaning very cute. So we'll probably have like a really cute little dragon somewhere on it. The ruler, I learned something new about Figma every day. Yeah, right? It's like, it's hard to like go over absolutely everything in Figma because there's just so many new features and like something's always cooking in Figma. So it's just like hard to, especially like even when I'm making video tutorials on YouTube, it's just like, there's so much hidden stuff that makes it easier. For people, it's just like, it just takes forever, you know, to like describe it. I need this to move so I can see it. Okay, let's get rid of the ruler, Control R. Let's see how this looks. This bothers me so much. So here, maybe? You know, it might actually be easier to like manipulate this. Oh, here we go. There we go. Okay, this looks a lot more legit. Okay, I think this is as close as I really care to get to. And one more time. Duplicate, flip vertically. Where is this? Around here? Anyway, we still need to scale this, so I hope everything works out. And let's duplicate it so that I don't lose it. I think this is fine. Let's see. So I think the important thing is that these little X's that we created at the beginning, those remain perfectly like square. Because I think that's the important thing here. I'd say this could be a little bit closer together. Okay, I like this a lot more. Does that look good? Okay. I have an emote? Is that me? Oh yeah, have I mentioned that I'm not very familiar with this whole streaming thing yet? Do my commands work today? I have to check. There we go. Okay, there's something. I fixed something. Praise me. Ooh, it's getting cold. I kind of like it because it gets really hot in here when I stream. I close the door so like it doesn't bother my husband, it doesn't bother my dog. But yeah, so the breeze is very nice. Vid should be my latest YouTube video. I did a vlog. Okay, now how do I put this? It looks nice, right? It looks nice. I just need to figure out how to make this work. Let's see if I can make it 4. And then what if I stretched it out? 48, 58. Most likely there's a better way to do this. Oh, I think our Daughtry thing ended. Okay, what were we listening to again? The Strokes. It's The Strokes, right? Actually, before we do that, I just want to listen to oh, last time we listened to this on stream, I'm like, oh, what a banger. So we're gonna listen to it again. 24, 49. There we go. I think that's okay. Let's try to touch up these squares. Actually, do I want to do it like that? Are you using a shortcut to see the spacing numbers? I am. So like you mean these like orange lines, right, Baby Hill? Oh, hold on, wait, this looks bad. So these are like margins, and what I'm doing is pressing, it says option on my keyboard, but this is the song. But yeah, I'm pressing it down. The option is probably Alt or something on your keyboard, and then you can see like where all the little numbers are. Okay, now let's get rid of this one. We'll come here. You guys, yeah, I was just like sitting here on my couch digesting my food, and I was like, why am I not streaming? I'm not even doing anything. I'm just waiting for stream to start, because we usually start like now, basically. I was like twiddling my thumbs sitting on my couch and like, yeah, I should just stream. I'll just start. Because last time we went for like 3 hours and it got pretty late. And the thing is, when I stream, I get like really hyped up because I'm like talking to you guys and like all that stuff. So it actually gets a little bit more difficult for me to stream or to sleep so soon after I just like wrap up stream. So I'm trying to move it a little bit earlier. Hopefully I can get like my sleep schedule back on track. Yesterday I stayed up until like 3 in the morning for no reason at all, and I've just like, and I've been really like bad when it comes to sleeping at appropriate time. Hi base. What are we designing? Ooh, we are designing, let me type it into I have commands that I set up. So if you type in !project, kind of like how I did, it shows you the project because I actually updated it. It's a Chinese tearaway calendar and we're turning it into a UI design. So I'm not gonna go through the whole spiel again because I don't know, it takes a long time for me to explain it. Basically, it's this kind of calendar that you see like a old people homes. My grandparents had them, but we're making it into like a modern tablet design thing. So yeah, and taking some anime inspiration too, because we always do anime inspiration here. I kind of want this to be more narrow. Right? Yeah, I feel like this needs to be more like up here because it just looks better. And get rid of this. Then we'll also, oops, and then we'll just duplicate these. No, really, I feel like I should have just like seen if I liked it before I start adding it, but I think I had to like do it this way because I just needed to see like what it will look like. Okay, here we go. And then there's also this like crest in the middle, right? I really hope I'm not saying anything wrong. So here we go. Let's also turn the stroke down to 4. We started off with 8, but we moved these down to 4 width because it was just way too like thick for what we were creating, and it made too much, us have too much space. So okay, now we can listen to the strokes. I feel like I've seen them before. Okay, if any song comes up that I'm familiar with, I will tell you. Make the crest one piece. We'll see. We'll see. It's not that far off, to be honest. Okay, yeah, 4. And make this a little bit bigger, I think, because I think that's what we need. Oh, this is gonna look so good once we invert it and turn it to dark mode. I don't know where I'm gonna put that, but it's gonna look so cool. Okay. This isn't even centered, is it? Let's center this back. I think the rest of this is centered. Let's check. It's definitely not. Okay, here we go. Close enough. Okay, and I think spacing wise it looks okay. Really do it here, add the quote in here. Okay, I should practice Figma more. Well, auto layout, still don't get it. Auto layout is hard, honestly. I only use it when I'm working on like work projects. Like if I'm doing something like this where I'm just like having a passion project, I don't bother doing it. Because like, what's the purpose of auto layout, right? Like, make it faster for you when you're working on projects, when you have to like share components around different ecosystems or different products. But it's like, I'm just creating these for fun. This is like, I don't know, a fun app, a fun design. This was in my head, so maybe we should make something kind of design. So like, I don't really use auto layout either when it comes to these kind of projects anyway. This is probably, I don't know if I'm gonna keep this actually. I need to think about what to do for this crest. Yeah, I think if I were to do this, I need to extend it more in order to make it seem more like this one. I just don't want it to take up that real estate. I'm gonna have to leave it for now. If I want to come back to it, I'll come back to it and we'll see how it goes. Okay, also let's move this one that we did earlier so it's not in the way. We'll come back to here. Think about this crest. So we're doing egghead inspired color palette. And we're also gonna do some kind of fruits basket thing. 1251 is probably my favorite song by them. Is this 1251? Okay, we'll listen to this in like 30 minutes. It'll come up. I feel like this is the kind of music that my brother really likes. So like I'm very used to this kind of stuff because whenever he was like driving, this is what we would listen to. So yeah, I'm absolutely okay with this. I was gonna tell you guys something, but now I can't remember. I'm just so focused on like this crest. Maybe we'll just leave it for now. We'll get to it later because I think like what I actually want to try is creating like these little borders. I love your music taste because it's your music taste, because we have the same music taste. I like yours too though. Okay. How do we do this? 4. Man, this 4 is so chunky and cute. I love it. It's so adorable. Maybe I want it bigger. I think it looks pretty cute for now. Okay, you know what? This is bothering me. I think I'm just gonna have to like shorten it like that because this like sharp triangle angle is just not doing it for me. I think I would feel better if it was like this. We're going rogue. Yeah, I just can't. It bothers me so much. Oh, wait, what song is this? I like this. Tap out? Tap out? Oh, I like this one. I can already feel it. I like this song. Vertical. Do you guys know if there's any like new anime that's out that's good? I feel like last season was kind of like dry for me. Like there's nothing really I wanted to watch. Okay, that makes me feel a lot better. It's just that that triangle was so odd to me. Okay, now let's try out doing this border. I think this is a little bit more complicated, but only if I think about it too hard. If I just do what I see, we should be fine. Now let's get started. I'm gonna take what we have here because like it's already set. The ratio is looking good. And all we have to do really is like one corner, right? we do one corner, we should be able to connect all 4 of them by just rotating it. I remember I used to have a software development lead in my career really early on, and one of the first things that he ever told me, and that's kind of like stuck with me in my career, is that, Charlie, if I ever have to do anything twice, I'm writing a script for it. So it's like his mentality is always to just find like what kind of patterns can I recognize here that I can use to like basically, I guess, min-max my efficiency at work. And he was a fantastic software developer. So it's just like something that I always end up remembering. Okay, now is this 3658? I don't like the decimals, but I think we're just gonna go with it because we have this is exactly what we have now. So we have this, we have this here. Let's try by 8 for now, just to see how that's gonna look. And same thing here, by 8. Okay. So now we have this. Now it's time to create all those little lines. Also remember to drink your water. Okie dokie. Draw one here to here. So remember this is a 4. And this is why it bothers me, because I don't think the stroke is gonna fit perfectly. How do I snap to the thing again? I forgot. Okay, that's fine. This is 36. We'll just do 36. I think that'll be more simple. Okay, how do I do this? Okay. And then do our line. Basically, it's just like another small square in here. And this line goes all the way through. And down. Then we're just creating this, so it's the P for pen, drag it down. And I'm always holding shift when I do this, because even though like these are quite like, you know, 9 degrees, 0 degrees, whatever, just in case I get off by like a degree or something, I know it's going to end up affecting the design. So I'm just going to hold down shift as I do this. It cuts like halfway across. And then there's like 2 lines from here, right? So there's this one, and then from here, this one goes straight down. Then we also have one here, so this one also goes down. Okay. Now we need to finish off this side. Okie dokes, which would be this line, which we can just take and extend a bit more. Going to here. I think this is okay. I'm gonna move this on up a little bit so it matches this one a little. And then I think this is slightly off, so ruler again, and we'll just move this guideline that we had earlier. Just like scooch it back over. There we go. So now we should have this corner done. And what I'm gonna do is flip it so that we have 4 corners working. You know what would also be helpful if I group this? Okay, and we'll flip it horizontally. So we should have this. Then select both, Control D to duplicate, Control V or Shift V to make it vertical. There we go. Now let's get rid of this. Oh, whoops. I didn't realize I had a fill on. Okay, there we go. Actually, I'm gonna change this to red just so I know where it is before I get rid of it. I liked where I had it in terms of spacing, so I want to keep it for now. And then I'll take this stuff just so I can set it in place. The thing is, I'm a little worried because they're like quite big. Hopefully we'll be okay. Drag it. Drag this down. There we go. Now we can get rid of this big red box. That looks pretty cool, I think. Right? I think this looks pretty cool. Okay, so now that we have these set in place, I can just connect these lines and then we should be good to go. And again, I'm gonna start off on this top left-hand corner one and do a few clicks so that I get these little points. And then hold shift, take this last one, just drag it down to connect. Same thing with this side. That's not what I said. Drag it down, please. Thank you, and connect. There we go. Now, just doing one line here. Stop. Stop. Thank you. Connect. Connect. Connect it here. And last one, we'll probably go from this top left-hand corner one too. There we go. What do you guys think? Honestly, I think it looks pretty cool. It is like modern, but also like you know exactly where you saw this in your grandparents' house. Mine was like right next to the fridge. Okie dokes. Was there anything else I want to take from here, especially like with regards to the top? I wonder what would happen if I did this. Okay. Right. It gives a little bit of something, right? We just keep doing this. Hopefully if we keep duplicating and rotating it, we'll get like a flower of some sort. How about like here? Wait. And like that. Okay. This just reminds me of a tire. I have to change my winter tire soon. I like never do it on time and I get way too scared to tell my dad. And then I have like other things I need to ask him about my car, but then it's like I can't because then he's gonna find out. I'm like focusing so hard because I'm really just winging it right now and hoping it turns out okay. Which like it looks okay. I don't think it's like perfect, but I think the idea is there, so I'm just gonna keep rolling with it. I probably could have just done this the whole time. It's so uneven. Okay. Is this even what I want? Let's think about that first. Like, is this the design I'm going for? It's kind of cute. You know, maybe I'll just leave it for now. Because, like, look how close these are together. I feel like this is just wrong. Okay, no. There has to be a better way to do this. Okay. Now, do I take these two and rotate them? Probably not. Maybe these two? Do I group it and then rotate? Maybe 45, right? Okay, and then if I duplicate that and flip it horizontally, I should get the same thing. The math is mathin'. Now maybe I should stop here while I turn on the lights because it's very dark now. Okay, now it's pink. Okay, now we can get back to work. So I think this is okay. Next up, probably here. It's 45 divided by 2, right? Okay, then duplicate it again, flip it, and then we'll just have to hit all the lines properly. Right, okay. Great. Now, which one do I need here? Probably this one. Duplicate it. That looks a lot better. Okay, now here we can stop. Okay, but so in this one there is a person in here, so I think maybe I'll draw someone in here. Maybe the dragon will go here. Dragon. I'll just put a note to here, so because I don't think I have like the mental capacity after all of these like borders that I drew to also vector a dragon in today's stream. But we'll do it in our next stream. I feel like this is actually gonna wrap up pretty quickly. I'm not sure, like, are we getting faster when it comes to creating this, or is this just like a more simple design? In any case, it was like the last one that we did, project 4, at least it was like 5 or 6 streams, wasn't it? It was a long one. So there's so much drawing that we had to do. But I think this one, we're like so close to getting to where we need to be. I'm gonna exchange these two for now. Look how good that looks. Okay, and this looking so cool. I like it too. Thank you, Devil. I really like it too. I think it's really getting there. I'm glad we took the time to create the vectors for all the borders and stuff. I was wondering if we can do away without it, but like I think it really looks cool. Just because you modernize something doesn't mean you need to take like away all of the cool stuff about it. Isn't that like the whole like thing against minimalism or something? Like we just all end up looking the same. Okay. So here we go. I'm just gonna block off some space. So this is gonna be interesting. I wonder how I'm gonna position everything. Not like this. Why does this not feel in line? There we go. Now is this in line? Very much not. This is 50. 56. Let's do 50. And what is this one? Also 50. Cool. Let's have to extend this one a little. Great. Okay, now everything should be set up properly. What do we do now? I don't have any ideas right now, so I think what I'm gonna do is create our dark mode version and see what it looks like as I like stall for time and trying to think about what I'm doing here. Okay, this actually looks so cool in the dark mode one. I mean, as soon as we like actually have our little emblem. Oh my gosh, it would be so cute if we took the little Dragon Ball Z emblem with the dragon. Cause you guys know how in like the original Dragon Ball, it was Shenron, but he was like all blue and cute. Let's see. Well, he was green, but from what I remember, he was blue. He was blue. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like this. Like how, oh, look how cute he is peeking out from the circle. We'll try something like this next time. I think we can do it. Might not be as cute, but we'll figure it out. Look at this little dragon hand. Oh my gosh, that's so adorable. And that happy little whale eye. Every time I look at an animal or like a Pokemon or anything like that, it just reminds me of my dog. I'm so like my dog centered that everything just looks like him. It's like I've been getting into more of like opening Pokemon cards, right? So I'm getting a lot more Pokemon content given to me on Instagram and also on TikTok. And like you see some of the first season and like Charmander story, Chimchar story, which is like later on, like Butterfree being sad and stuff. And it's like, man, I don't think I can watch it anymore. I just see my dog in like the little Pokemon. It's like, I cannot imagine anyone being mean to him. It'll absolutely break my heart. I never noticed the little hand. Isn't that cute? It's just, hey, how's it going? I'm gonna grant your wish. Is it panties? You know? Okay, we're back here now. Okay. Let's see. Oh, let's actually grab the stuff that we had thought of to include. Then maybe I'll have a better idea about how we're going to include these things into our design. Okie dokie. So let me look at our inspo again. I'm just gonna go back onto Bento. Think about how I want to do this and how I want to lay it out. Actually, no, this is the wrong way to approach this. First, let's go into... Oh, here we go. Here's 1251. Let's think about what kind of content needs to go in here. Daily monthly festivals. Menu for the day. Bulgogi. Because that's what we had. Lucky numbers. 12, 5, 1. Lucky item. Lunar date. What is the date on the lunar? What is date on the lunar calendar? Okay. We'll think about this in a little bit. How do we incorporate this stuff into design? Today's Saturday, right? Probably also include this. Okay, so my idea for this is to have create borders with some having like a background and some not having a background, if that makes sense. So like for the dragon one, I definitely want like a big background and I want like a long, tall panel. So maybe I'll start off with that. For some reason, I'm feeling blue would be the right color. Let's get rid of all this. I think the reason that I'm struggling with this, why does this look like that? Is because all of these different, like the border causes it to have very like odd shapes, I guess. And I don't think I want to do like all these gridded lines. Like I want it to feel a bit more modern, so I don't think drawing a bunch of these lines is going to make sense for our design. Also, let's get Saturday in here. This is Saturday. Okay, so it's probably, well, no, we're doing it in English, so we'll put this here like that. Oh, actually, we probably have to draw more animals because it's like, there's like certain people who are lucky on certain days, right? So, lucky zodiac signs. I wonder if, what would it be? What zodiac signs are lucky today? Maybe I'll just make this up. Because then we can just draw more animals and it'll make things a lot easier. I think we'll do rooster and we'll also do snake. Because I think rooster and snake are good with... No, wait, that's not true. Are good with... Let me look at this chart. With... Okay, no. So it's rooster. Best match or balance is rooster and rat. So maybe we'll do rooster and rat. So we'll have to draw those two. I love how I just like keep adding stuff for myself to do. It's like way more practice into doing vectors and stuff. Okay, but it's fine because we have references to how to draw them. That was always like the most upsetting thing for me. Like Rooster in Fruits Basket, they never transformed. Like you never got to see it. So it was just kind of like sad that you never saw one of them. What was the song that I like? I think it was Tap Out, right? Okay. I think this is probably my favorite song from The Strokes. At least of the ones that I've listened to. What's our lucky item today? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a good number to have, honestly. So 9, 9, 9. I think I was really young when I had like someone tell me, I think it was like my Taekwondo instructor at the time, where he's like, things come in 3s because it's just easier to remember them. Or no, it was 7s or something, right? I don't know if you guys heard the same thing, but that's kind of what like I heard about when I was younger. Like things are specifically made in like sets of 3 or whatever, so that's easier for humans to memorize. So I guess I have like, I think this is the right way to do it. Like when you're thinking about a grid and you're trying to make it like interesting looking, it's probably better to start with the same shape and then start manipulating them based on what kind of content goes where for you. So let's see. I think this would have to be in this corner. And then like once I have a good layout of where everything belongs on like this panel, then I can start visualizing what everything is actually going to turn into and how it needs to be visualized. For example, like maybe this honestly is just like text. Kind of same with this, like this was here, right? So we'll do text as well, maybe. I'm sure like one of these have to be like lottery numbers or something like that, just so it feels like better. I noticed growing up, every Mario and Zelda game are always in a 3-hit fashion. Yeah, right? Like, I think there are definitely some patterns that humans like recognize or like find more appealing. Probably there's like something to do with symmetry too, about like 3s. Okay, and then what should be in here? Just like one big bulgogi. Maybe lucky signs. Oh crap, don't we have 10? Actually, because I need the dragon in here as well. Actually, no. We'll do something like this. And then we'll draw like a big long dragon. Why am I making this harder for myself? And then we'll do rooster and rat in like stacked. Okay, Saturday. Then like bulgogi. Should make everything a little smaller. Okay, bulgogi will be on the menu today. And we'll turn this into a square. Also turn something else into a square. Be like this. Probably festivals. And then stuff you can do. And we need lucky numbers. How else would we display the numbers? Stuff you can't do. Probably up here. And what else are you missing? Festivals. Saturday. Okay, lucky item. Lucky item. Okay. How does this feel to me? How does this feel to you guys? Okay. What should we listen to now? Maybe we just go back to anime music. Let's move. Switch these. Ooh, we need to do weather, right? And that was another one that we had. Where did we put that? Okay, maybe I did not put that, but I think we should do weather. So let's add another column here because it bothers me that lucky item has such a huge like space to it. Weather. It bothers me how these two are like next to each other. So let's move this. Okay. Okay, I think this is okay. And then we'll go from here. Now, I do want this one to have a background on it of some sort. I don't know yet. Wow, that's so hard to read. Okay, something like this. I think weather should also have a background. And I like the symmetry, I like the diagonal of it. I think we can do that. Ooh, here we go. I love this song. Like, honestly, JJK season 2 was great, but I feel like we were way too into like specials that we totally forgot that this song was so good. Okay, now, is there anything else that I want a background? Probably not. Okay. I think this is gonna look really good too when we move it into here. Oh yeah, and then we have to do the dragon. Okay. So I'm thinking for next stream, we're going to work on our dragon vector and then start working on this one. So I think maybe 2 streams, 2 or 3, kind of depending on how we settle on the layout. But I think this kind of wraps up what we're doing today, you guys. Cool. Okay, all right, I think I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you guys so much for joining, for chatting with me, and also just like helping me work through the stream. I'm really excited about this project, honestly. I think it already looks really cool, so I'm happy for it. Let's see, what do I want to share? This VOD is going to be up on my second YouTube channel that is linked in one of the panels below. In a couple days, probably on Monday is usually when they come out, so you guys can watch it. There's no music in the background, so you're probably just gonna watch like my audio. Next stream is most likely going to be on Tuesday, starting at 7 p.m. PST, 10 p.m. EST, and we're going to continue on with this project. Follow me on my socials: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Dribbble, I guess. And I think that's it. And yeah, hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. I will see you guys in the next stream, and thank you so much for watching. Bye!